Within the span of 2 or 3 years, we have seen several new anime series coming out of the woodwork and absolutely flourishing upon release, creating massive ripple effects across the anime landscape. Think of your Spy Families and your Mushoku Tenseis, for example. While there are great anime still yet to be released with massive hype and excitement behind them, there is this particular series that I believe will surprise everyone upon release and give some of the most hyped animes a run for their money. Jigokuraku, or Hell's Paradise, is a manga series written and illustrated by the author Jigokuraku. Jigokuraku, fun fact, used to be the assistant of the critically acclaimed author Tatsuki Fujimoto, the author and illustrator of the hit series Chainsaw Man, an influence that I'll get into a bit later on in the video. Jigokuraku is a historical shonen manga about Gabimaru the Hollow, a ninja of the Iwagakure, or Rock Village, known for being cold and emotionless. After being set up by his own village, he is now on death's row, waiting his inevitable execution. Tired of the senseless killing and betrayal he had endured in his life, he longs to be embraced in the arms of death. However, no method of execution seemed to work, because he lied to himself. He fooled himself into believing that he no longer had any reason to live, but the truth was, he did. Deep down, he wanted to go home to his wife. He wanted to live for the woman that opened his cold and ruthless shell and made him human once more. He wanted to live. The executioner, Asaemon the Decapitator, sympathizes and proposes an alternative route. Gabimaru is set to join an expedition to an island south of Japan to secure the elixir of life in exchange for a full pardon from the shogunate. However, perhaps this island is a bit more than it truly seems. Jigokuraku the anime is set to release sometime in 2022, according to the 2021 announcement, but I wouldn't get my hopes up because the 2022 season is set to end really soon. I would place my bets on the show releasing sometime early 2023. For big fans of the series, you may be excited to hear that MAPPA Studios will be taking on the task of animating Jigokuraku. If you're unfamiliar with MAPPA Studios, you may know them for their work on Jujutsu Kaisen, the show, Dororo, Banana Fish, and of course the critically acclaimed final seasons of Attack on Titan. If you're wondering about the director of the show was announced to be Makita Kaori, who has previously worked on shows such as Attack on Titan, the final season, Banana Fish, and Zankyo no Terror. With all the logistics out of the way, I'll be now speaking on what to expect of Jigokuraku the anime from the viewpoint of a reader of the manga. If you recall, I mentioned that Yuji Kaku, the author of the series, was an assistant of the author Tatsuki Fujimoto of the Chainsaw Man series. That influence can truly be felt in the art direction and especially the gore and horror elements of the series. You could especially see the similarities in the style of monsters he uses in his own works, combining recognizable things together to form something truly grotesque. However, while there are some minor influences, I would say that Jigokuraku's art is for sure more detailed and less stylized than Chainsaw Man. As we all know, Tatsuki Fujimoto's art style is not particularly conventional. Evidently, in terms of the anime, it would be hard to fully capture the details in which Yuji Kaku uses in his manga, but due to MAPPA Studios being the team behind the production, I expect something truly gorgeous as the end product. Even looking at the short teaser they released, the studio seems to have nailed all of the important aspects of the manga. What I am truly looking forward to, however, is the background. For any reader of the series, they would definitely know that Jigokuraku's setting looks gorgeous with a plethora of plants, especially flowers scattered all over the land. I'm very curious how they do the details for the island. In terms of action, anyone looking for exciting and gory fights will not be disappointed at all with Jigokuraku. The series in itself does not lack any amount of enemies to be sliced and diced because, of course, the story itself is a redemption and survival story at its core. As mentioned before, MAPPA is animating the show, so we can expect some absolutely high quality fights as well. I'm particularly curious about the first fight of the series, or show, if you know. For the story, just to keep it short with no spoilers, you can expect a dark and intriguing story that goes into some psychological elements, and while it is not listed as a genre, which is a shame to be honest, you can for sure expect some level of mystery as well. And of course, you can expect a bit of gore. For what little we know about this anime in general, I assure you that this show will be a banger and will be one of the biggest surprises of whatever anime season it ends up in. For anyone looking for a dark and action-packed show to watch with some elements of horror and mystery, you have to put the show on your radar and mark down the date for its release. Alright, this is the end of my preseason breakdown of the Jigokuraku anime. If you guys enjoyed the video, I would appreciate it if you liked the video, and if you want to see more anime related content, I would appreciate it if you also subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.